just going to check that I am streaming live. I'm using different software, and I tested it out the other day, and it was all great. But now I need to make sure that it is. Oh no! Don't tell me it's not going to work. Please don't do that.
So, what's your theme for tonight's show, Angie? What theme or topic do you want to go with for the recording?
Well, in true what's the word I'm looking for? In true pagan, like Norse, what's the word I'm looking for? Viking style. Let the cards decide. And yes, that was a blatant rip-off from Vikings. But I love it.
I haven't watched that for a long time now. Apparently there's a couple of spin-offs as well that I need to catch up with.
I don't know about the spin-offs, but yes, it's an amazing series. It really is. Here we go. So we are live. Oh, except it's called it something weird. Oh, no. Oh, God, that's really annoying. Can I change it on the fly? I don't know. No, I can't, I don't think. Or can I? Edit. Ooh, is it going to let me? There we go.
Experimentation on the fly is always good.
Absolutely. I'm going to call it Let the Cards Decide. Right. Oh, except I can't spell cards. Trying to do it without looking what I was doing. That don't work, does it?
The simplest of words, and I always end up spelling it incorrectly. I've got to go back and redo it.
Oh, hang on, what's going on here? I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? I don't know. Right, let's just go with that, Ange. Let's not stop fannying about. Right. Okay, so that should now be correct. Ugh, that didn't do it on both of them. That's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Right, bear with me. Cards decide. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Right. 3, 2, 1. Back in the room. Oh yeah, I'm full of them tonight. I'm ready. I'm streaming all over the place.
Right then, I'll do the countdown and then it's over to you.
Okie dokie.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody that's listening and watching and tuning in. Yeah, so I hope you missed me last week. I missed me last week. Okay, so this evening, what am I going to be talking about? I don't actually know. Shock, horror, gasp. I'm going to pull some cards and we're just going to go, yeah, on this roller coaster of a ride. Whoa, okay, so we've already got 2 that went fluff all over the place. Ooh, okay. So let me just do a little magic trick there. So you can see the cards if you're watching on the YouTube. If you're not watching on the YouTube, it has a "the" in front of it now, in case you didn't know. Oh dear. It's going to be one of those. I can tell it. It's going to be one of those today. So we have. So this is the theme for the talk. The theme for the talk is chance. The chance. Taking a chance. Or the chance. I'm not sure. Let's carry on. So these are Lenormand cards. So the dice in Lenormand, they are extra cards. They're not the bog standard. So they are extra cards that come in this particular deck. So the dice is obviously, throwing the dice, what you're going to get. Yeah. And the birds, generally the birds in Lenormand is communication. Imagine just twittering, twittering birds. But these are owls. So they don't twitter so much as twit twoo. That's not even a bird sound, Andrew. What is that? But owls are very they're known as very wise creatures, are they not? They're known as creatures that they're of the liminal space, aren't they? And from what I can tell, these look like barn owls to me. So you got the chance, and you got the barn owls. So I would say, whoop, hang on, I'm trying to focus. There we go. So in Lenormand as well. So the card on the right always modifies the card on the left. So this is the theme for tonight's show. It's going to be around wise chance. No, not chance. More. Gamble? No. Opportunities that are coming from a place of wisdom. Okay. So, interesting. So, what exactly? So, choices, wise choices. Yeah. Wise choices. Wise opportunities that come from the place of that inner place, I would say. So let's see if we can get a little bit more with these particular cards, because they have some very cool extra cards in here. Whoop, there we go. Whee! Oh, the Rider. Okay. This is news. This is news coming in quickly. So, people, keep your ears open, keep your eyes peeled, keep your antenna ready, because there will be something. Some kind of, usually indicates some kind of a letter or a communication of some description. So these days that could be an email or a text message, yeah. But there's some kind of an opportunity that is coming through. That's the Rider card. Let me just take a picture of that. So this is the Rider card. Let me get it without the glare on it. There we go. So this communication is going to come in very quickly. That's what I would say. So let me take a this is from the Wildwood Tarot. So I'm going to see what comes out. See how many cards want to join in. Yeah. So we got wise, an opportunity coming from that place of wisdom. Yeah. So this could even be something that has been in the pipeline for a little while, but it's now coming. It's on its way. And because the Rider is a card, it's a very positive card. So this isn't going to be the type of email you go, oh no. This is going to be, oh yeah. It's one of those emails, or text messages, or letters. Yeah. And it will be here quickly. And because it's the first card in the deck, extra quickly. Okay. So we've got the Queen of Stones, which in this deck, stones is Earth, which would be Pentacles. And the 10 of Bows. Bows are Wands, I think, in this deck, which is fire. So, yes. Okay, let me get a photo of those. So we've got the Queen of Stones. And we have the Ten of Bows. So, this might have previously felt like a missed opportunity. Is what I would say. So before, when this came around on that wheel before, you didn't take it. Yeah. So this time, when that communication comes through, do not hesitate. Do not hesitate. Yeah. Grab it. um so the Ten of Bows. So you've got the Queen of Stones. So that's the Queen of Pentacles. And this particular card. So that looks like a sun set to me in that card. So it's an ending of that turning of the wheel where the opportunity had gone and it's coming back around, as we can see from the dice card. Yeah. So this is an indicator that this is about to come around again. Yeah. And on a wider level, on a planetary, cosmic, universal, multiversal. let's just go the whole thing. Let's just go to the void. So when the opportunity came around, because the owl is a very spiritual animal. This could also relate to this journey that we're on. So let's take it right out, yeah, to this journey of expanded awareness, ascension, whatever you want to call it, yeah. So what we are now faced with is a choice. Are you getting the messages? Yeah, it's now. The time is now. Yeah, it's now. And I don't think, and unless people are asleep or pretending to be asleep, and then you got no hope at all. I think most people who are, if not on the path, considering this kind of path, they're going to be very aware that something is happening. you cannot be denied anymore. Something is happening. Yeah. So really, it's our responsibility, is it not, to do this journey? And it might feel a little bit uphill sometimes, and it might feel like a burden sometimes to, if you feel like you're leading the way, to lead the way. If you feel like you're just you're barely scraping by sometimes, which is quite normal to feel like that. It can feel like you're carrying 10 bows up a mountain, although at the top of that mountain, there is, let me just get my magnifying glass out, there is a community with a warm fire at the top of that mountain. So is it worth it? I'd say so. Whether this is, the awakening of a planet, of a solar system, whatever you want to, however big you want to take that, or whether it's, an opportunity, because everything's a fractal of the bigger thing. Yeah. So this could be an opportunity for, you to go and do something that you always wanted to do. So whatever it is, yeah, however you want to scale that, it's coming. It's literally here. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what else these lovely cards want to talk about. And this deck is, oh, there we go, is beautiful. There we go. More cards. Lovely. Thank you. Oh, I like this one. This card absolutely represents this journey. So we can take this as a yes. This is regarding the journey that we are on. The 9 of vessels. So that's the 9 of cups, essentially. Yeah. And then we've also got, oh, wow, 9, 10. Holy crap. So we've got the 10. Pardon me. 10 of vessels as well. Which is the wish fulfillment card. And then we've also got the 8. Oh my goodness. So yeah. Let me just take photos and then we'll get into that. What's it all about? Okay. So this journey, now this goes all the way back to 2021 when we were on a camping trip and we had some very, very strange weather. Bearing in mind, we've been going to this particular campsite since 2012, I think. So we've been going to this campsite for near on 10 years, yeah, at least once a year, if not more. And we'd never experienced weather like we had ever during those times. And we've gone all different times of the year, yeah. Never experienced this crazy, crazy weather that we had. And so when we got back, and when we were on the camp, we actually had to leave early because our tent got so waterlogged in the end. It was a very old tent, so we put it to rest on that camp. Bless it. It had done about 15 years or something, so it was it was time for it to go. So when we got back, and I was asking questions about the strange weather that we'd had, and the fact that this is going to sound a bit weird, but normally we can manipulate the weather. If you've ever done any cloud busting, you'll know what I mean. You can change the weather. So we couldn't do that on this occasion. So when we got back, I was asking questions because I didn't have any of my tools when we were away camping. So I was asking questions, and what came up, one of the things that came up was, and this was back in 2021, water is the most important elemental for this time. Yeah. And kind of pricked my ears up a bit, but it's like you take a message and you go, okay, so what do I do with that then? But what is really interesting is I've been hearing other people say the same thing ever since. What have we got here? All vessels. Yeah. So water connects to many different things. It connects to the moon. It connects to Venus. It connects to, well, we are mostly water, are we not? It's quite amazing. This planet is mostly water, is it not? Water holds frequency. Water holds so much. It has memory. Yeah. So when you think about that, so if water came here on some kind of thing that fell to the earth, then it has the memory of where it came from before, but then it also holds the memory of everything that's been going on this planet and in this system since since it came here, since it was made, however you want to say that. Yeah. So water is quite amazing, and water is amazing for cleansing. Yeah. So these three cards, they're not in order, if you like. We've got 9, 10, and 8. Yeah. Uh, don't ask me why. But I'd say there's a progression. So it might feel like this, yeah. Progression forward, oh, and then you take and then you progress forward and but in actual fact, what you're doing is you're moving forward, but it might have felt quite slow until now because with this water is very clearly coming in here. Um, that I would say, especially with the 10 of vessels, that's a waterfall. That's very fast moving water. And even in the 8 of vessels, that's fast moving water. The 9 doesn't have fast moving water per se, but it certainly has a lot of things that look like waves, if you like, or ripples. But the 10 and the 8 have a lot of fast moving water. So I would suggest that things are going to start speeding up if they haven't already. Yeah. Okay. So whether this is a piece of news that is coming in that's going to take you down another path, or if we're talking on a collective level, either way, things are going to start moving a lot quicker. Okay. So I've got these are from the Dark Magic Oracle. Whoop. Okay. We're taking those. Okay. Oh, blimey. Okay. I love it when this stuff happens. Okay, so we've got cocoon. So what have we been doing? Yeah, we've been in that space, haven't we? I would say, which is probably why things have been moving quite slowly. And what happens when the cocoon is ready? Things happen very quickly, and a butterfly comes out. Identity. Make your own choices. Absolutely. Choice. I've been saying this for a long time. Choice is your superpower. 100%. Yeah. Friends forever. That's a kind of a strange card, but grow together individually. Okay. So we have consider your source. Cocoon. We have make your own choices with identity. And we have grow together individually with friends forever. So I would suggest that this friends forever. Oh, sorry, I didn't take pictures, did I? So I think you could definitely say a lot of us have felt a bit hermity. Yeah. Which, is kind of normal, especially, what happened in 2020. It's like, oh, do you know what? you go on and get on with that weird stuff out there. I'm gonna just be here, yeah, doing my own thing. Hermitage does not necessarily mean staying indoors. Hermitage means just getting on with your own stuff, and anyone else is just gonna, well, they take it or leave it. Really, that's my definition of hermitage, anyway. Um, which is what a lot of us did, I think. Unless we were running around with other things going on. That's another story. So yeah, I think it's definitely time to come out of that, using the water, I would say, to clear the remnants, if you like, of the cocoon. Yeah. and start, making those choices that are yours to make. You could say that the that last card, grow together individually, because it's a bit of a strange card. But what I could say is that's getting to know your true nature. So again, whether that's on an individual level or a collective level where people are beginning to realize or become self-realized, that's big, yeah. And I think that is what will definitely help too. And I've placed them over the top. I've placed those cards over the top of the three Lenormand cards that I took first. So I would say that is part of the reason why things are going to speed up, and this news is going to come in quickly. All right. Okay. So, okay. Right, that's a lot of cards. I'm not going to keep those. That's silly. Cards are being naughty. Naughty cards. Okay. I do also have Ian's Tourette cards here as well. Dog's doing weird things. Dogs are funny. Dogs really are hilarious. I love them. They're so cute. Okay. Yeah, so I have Ian's Tourette cards here as well. So I will be pulling a couple from that. Oh, there we go. That flipped out at me. What have we got? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You gotta love this. Okay, guys, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? This card is what it's all about. Now, let me just get it so I can take the picture of the whole card, because these are very strange cards in terms of their size. I mean, transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Now, what's weird about that is we were actually doing a meditation in which we were changing the cells in our body today. Murphy, stop it. Deep healing. And what helps with that transformation? Water. Because the other thing about water, stop it. No. I'm being told off by the dog. So water, I would say, is the most persistent of all the elements, because water, it will cut through rock eventually. It will put out a fire eventually. How would I collate it with air? Well, that'd be around clouds, I suppose. But water is very persistent. Very persistent. I don't think that's important. I think that's why I was told that water is the most important element for now. And let me just have a look and see what it says in the book. These are okay. So these are activation cards. This is an activation card, I think. Is it? Oh, hang on. They're kind of all over the place. Yes, it is actually. Yes. So, okay. There is an activation at the end, so I'll go through that with you. So, things are changing at a cellular level. You are not who you were a year ago or who you will soon be. Oh my goodness. So this tallies with the cocoon, with the water, with the missed opportunity that is coming back round again. Oh my goodness. You are in between, emerging, half risen, half falling. Keep doing the work. You are transforming. You will look back at this time with awe. So much is happening in your inner world and within your cells. It's time to release old ways of being that have kept you in fight, flight, freeze mode. To choose a new way of being where trauma is not the driving force. Wow. Our childhood patterns are rising up to be healed as you allow yourself to observe them and feel them without attachment. They lose their grip and fall away. So there's a DNA helix in there. It doesn't say that, but that's essentially what she is holding. It's got an Egyptian feel to it, but that's a bit like a DNA helix there, which is, the cells. Got the illumination behind her as well, which is what happens when your aura is intact, if you like, is you get this, it's around the head. This kind of, well, it's all around, but I think there's something to do with when you are self-realized that happens around the head and the face. And it can sometimes feel like a breeze around your face. It can feel like cobwebs on the face. It can feel like fairies dancing on your head. Or crows, as we were talking about the other day in Dismembering Tarot. So there is an activation that goes with this card. So you can repeat this if you like right now. I allow myself to receive the deepest healing and transformation for change to happen at a cellular level. So I'm going to say that again. I allow myself to receive the deepest healing and transformation for change to happen at a cellular level. I really like that. That's very cool. I like that a lot. Okay. So let's take woo, a couple. I'm not going to take that one because that one just fell off the top. That's naughty. I'm going to take a couple of Ian's Torak cards and see what we can see with these. And then I've got one other deck I'm going to pull from as well. So these cards are so big. They're so cool. I haven't done the booklet for them yet, so I'm just going to read them how I see them. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, that's too many. That's naughty. I'll take the first two, thank you. Not all the rest of them. Misbehaving they are tonight. Okay. Ooh. We got the Page and the Knight of Pentacles. So there's the Page. So we've got new. That's interesting because that ties in with the Queen. So we've got the Page and the Knight of Pentacles, who come before the Queen, literally. Yeah. So the Page, you'll like these. Yeah, these are really cool. We've got the Page and we got the Knight. The lights who say. Love it. So the Page is new. We got new things coming in, which we've kind of already realised that. But this would also be a new stability in this transformation that is on its way. There is a new stability. There is a new foundation, yeah, which would include abundance. And what I love about this Knight of Pentacles is he's not actually on his horse yet. In fact, he's is he's got a walking stick, so I'm not even sure if he's going to be able to get on the horse. So he might be leading the horse on the way. So he's not charging in with this new what's the word I used? Foundation. It's going to be slow and steady, I think. This new foundation as it builds. So this new opportunity comes in that is all around this idea of transformation, yeah. But the foundation that everything after that will be built on it will be a lot steadier than what we've known before, I would suggest, because it's going to be built on something that's a lot more solid than previously. That's probably how I put it in a polite way. So, yeah, we've definitely got a new foundation that's coming in, which includes abundance in there, because they have these coins. So it would be a wealth, but in a different way. So true wealth isn't what we think it is. And I know a lot of you listening to this will know that already. But it's even more than that. This thing that we know isn't actually, what people say is wealth is not. It's even more than what we don't know it is, if that makes any sense. It makes sense in my brain. Anyway. So it's beyond anything that we could possibly imagine. And I can tell you now, I was sorting out some of my paperwork the other day, and I came across something that I'd written down about a dream that I had, where literally light was just emanating from me and out of my fingertips, and I could just shape things. That was incredible, and I was guided to write a meditation. I wrote half the meditation. I don't know where the rest of my notes are. You don't know how I spent nearly a whole day looking for those notes. Oh my goodness. So at some point I will revisit that, and I will go into wherever it is in my mind, in my memory, in the Akashic records, and I'm going to go and get that meditation, because that sounds amazing. Okay, this is really cool. We have the rebirth card. And holy crap, it's number 21. So 21 is the coming of age, is it not? Not 18, 21. 21 is the coming of age. So we are literally coming of age. How very cool is that? And that's the Shiva Lingam stone. So these are a crystal deck. They are called Crystal Medicine Oracle. So what you've got spring. That looks like cherry blossom. You've got water in there again. You've got the Shiva Lingam, which indicates the male and the female coming together, so it creates the rebirth, the birth. Yeah. Let's see if we can get another card to fly out. Woo! Okay, that's too many, but I'll take the one that's upright. Thank you. Oh my god. Okay, wow, I love it. Divine masculine. There we go. So that's that's what I'm talking about. It's the yin yang, divine masculine with the divine feminine to create rebirth. And it's number 11. And the sun, Heliodor. Heliodor is a beautiful crystal actually. It's like a is that Heliodor? Yeah, it's a bit like an aquamarine actually. I have got some, but I'm not entirely sure where it is. But I do have a piece somewhere knocking about. Okay, so is there anything else that we need to know about this amazing time that we are in right now? Because clearly, yeah, this is a right now energy. Oh, we've got fish. So the fish card, the Normand card, is all about abundance. Fish is the abundance card, and it's also the money card. So it ties in with the pentacles, definitely, which is really cool. So, so there's where I've put the card there. It's in between rebirth and the divine masculine. So there's a link to. I know people have been talking about this for a long time. But do you know what? I got an email yesterday. This is really weird. About, oh God, what did it say? It was something along the lines of, so this came from a pension company who I have that's my bigger lot of pension. Standard Life, that's it. And it was along the lines of redistribution of wealth. Now, I thought that was a really weird title for a big pension company to call an email. I thought that's really weird, but it was, everything is magic. Don't forget, messages come in all different ways, shapes, and forms. Hey, maybe that was, maybe that's the message. Maybe that's the message. Who knows? We've got to see how it plays out, yeah. But if wealth as we know it not to be, if you're in the know, you know that wealth isn't about money. It's about more, so much more than that. Yeah, it's about, if you, as the true essence of the being that you are, you don't need money. You don't even need material things. If you need something, you would just create it out of nothing. Yeah. There it goes. Look. Bear with me because my thing's just gone. That's really weird. As I said that,
we don't need money. Once you realize,
I'm back. Can you hear me? Oh. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
That's weird, isn't it? When I said we don't, it went, oh, you're not allowed to say that. Oh, I do like it when I crack it open. Yeah. So, yeah, when we realise that wealth is so much more than, big pots of money, to be able to create what you need just like that would, that and people say, "Oh yeah, and yeah, that's not right doing that for like 10,000 years." Well, no, because already we are seeing instant manifestations of things, are we not? And that's happening really quickly. So, if we suspend our disbelief for a little while, yeah, and we get into this energy of anything is possible, anything, because we are creator beings, yeah, we are. Everything around us, and I know I've said this many times before. I bore myself when I say it. I know I don't really. Why am I saying that? I don't know. So everything that's around us, whether that's come from someone else's imagination or our own, it's our creation. So we are creators. Everything was once a thought and is now a form. Yeah. Whether that's a blueprint in nature or a blueprint on a drawing on a bit of paper, it was once a thought and now it's a form. Which includes, anything that we haven't actually thought yet, but is within the realm of outside the box. I was going to say thoughting then, thinking, or thoughting. Maybe that's a new word. Okay. So, would anyone like me to pull them a card or two? Anybody?
Go on, I'll jump in first, please.
Okay, what have we got? Let's go with a Taurat card. Oh, the dog's looking at me again. What are you looking at me for? I think he wants his dinner. You're telling me off. I haven't fed him yet. Oh, Smurf, you are funny. Whoop. Okay, let's go with those. So we've got the Wizamatties. And you'll be going, what's that? This is, if you think of it like Matterhorn, yeah, these are the Wizamatties. So they are wise beyond time, yeah. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles, which is a very cool card. There we go. So Andy, you have the what's the word I'm looking for? The privilege. You have the privilege of being very grounded in your balance of wealth. Yeah, there's a balance there. So you have snake energy, you have clover. So there's lots of there's a Jupiter energy there actually with the clover, and I think that's B. There's a B in there as well. I think that's a B in the bottom corner. Well, I'm saying it's a B anyway. You have wolf energy in there, which is an animal which walks. Another animal actually that walks the liminal space. Now that's really interesting because we had the owl that walks the liminal space as well. And the horse as well. The horse is very much like that. You've got the snake. So all those creatures connect to the grounding of the earth, which has also come up in the Pentacles in the big reading. But the other thing you have, which is what the mountains have, but also the eagle, is you have like this perspective.
Oh, I think we might have just lost you again there. But very interesting.
Am I here? Am I back?
I do like that.
Am I back?
Wizard Matties.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Damn, I have to go back in. Go back in. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Woohoo! Okay, yeah. So there's a perspective there where you can see literally what we've been talking about, like this idea of wealth, because the Eight of Pentacles is about, you know, kind of working and making stuff, but making money, if you like. So there's a perspective that you have around making money that is a lot more balanced, I would say. Does that make sense? Have I gone again?
Met by the money that I have, and I don't want for anything. Yeah, it is balanced. It is, yeah. What can I
Cool.
say?
Excellent.
I don't have the flashiest, shiniest things.
But then those flashy, shiny things usually dull at some point. Oh, here we go again. It's being naughty. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you
Oh,
now.
goodness me. I'm glad that made sense anyway. That's good. Cool.
Thank you very much for that.
Anybody else? Anybody else? No? Okay, in that case, I am going to pull a unicorn card. Because these unicorn cards are not like any other unicorn cards. These unicorn cards are something else. So, there's a closing message. The dog keeps looking at me. It'd be really funny if this unicorn card that comes out is dog that's not a dog. Because these unicorn cards, like I say, are a bit different to normal ones. I didn't want a, you know, fluffy unicorn deck, so I didn't get a fluffy unicorn deck. Okay, can I have a unicorn card, please? That one. Oh, that's interesting. It's not a dog card, but it's it's not a horse. So these cards are very different unicorn cards. Let me show you. So this says, not a horse. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles with a horse that is actually not a horse. They're not called horses in Grimlick's world. I can't remember what they're called. But then we have a unicorn card that says not a horse and direction. So this Knight of Pentacles, you know, he might be going, you know, a little bit slower because I'm not convinced he's actually going to get on that horse. But he will be going in the right direction. So let me grab, this is number 7. Let me grab the meaning for this card. Not a horse. Holy crap. You are not going to believe the word. It's the same word that came up on the Murphy, stop it. On your work your light card. Transformation. Stop it. Go and see Daddy. Transformation, it says. Stop it. It says, as you continue your journey down the winding path, Suddenly, oh my goodness, this just sums up this whole reading that we've done. Yeah. Suddenly, sorry, is I think whoever's translated this from the original, I think it's Spanish, is English leaves a lot to be desired. Suddenly, down a winding path, suddenly a fork, it should be along, suddenly along, doesn't make sense. A fork diverges, and you are left stunned and unsure which way to go. So basically, there's a fork in the road. When all seems lost and uncertain, a glimmer of hope appears. So that would be the this message that's coming through quickly. Yeah, that's what I would say that is. You follow the light and are stunned to find the mighty steed. It is a horse, but not just any horse. Look more closely. Allow the transformation to occur. No, this is no ordinary steed. It is the mighty unicorn steed. Sent with strong legs and swift wings of flight to guide you along your path. So you can imagine a fork in the road before you, and as you gaze down the path of possibilities, perhaps uncertain and daunted, take comfort. You are not alone. The unicorn steed stands right beside you and grants you the gift of forward vision. Suddenly your path is clear. So the action you can do is literally take a hike, go for a walk, intentionally walk with purpose and feel each step. Go where you need to go. Allow your stroll to sharpen your heart and mind with purpose and direction. So that's what we would call a witch walk. When you don't actually go, right, I'm going to go there. You just go down to the end of your road. You intuitively go left or right. And you keep doing that. You keep making those choices. Okay. Wow. That is really cool. The horse that is not a horse. I love that. That's wicked. And you know what's really cool about that as well? Is I connected with my dragon. Before I came on the show today, there's a dragon that I'm connected to that is a dragon that I can ride in my dreams or in meditation. And I asked if I could do that, and then I I got the unicorn that you can ride. How cool is that? I love that. That's so cool. Okay. Does anyone else? Would anyone like me to pull them any cards, or are we all good? Carly or Ria? Anybody? If not, that's okay. We can close early and then we can have a chat.
I don't mind a card, Angie.
Okay. Okay, let's go with the work your light. Oh, there we go. Haha. Wow. Okay. So this is the card that came out for you, Ria. Soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. So I don't know if you felt like a lot of us do at the moment, like we're walking this journey and it feels like we're doing it on our own.
Yeah.
So let me read what it says. It is time to call in your soul family and support team. People who get you at soul level. People who are the same kind of weird as you. That's a good weird, by the way. People who are your chosen family. They are coming and they are looking for you. Oh, there we go. So that could be the message that's coming through for you. Like in an email or in a letter or in a text message, I would say. If you haven't found them yet, this is a sign that they are close by. So they are literally about to push that button to send an email or a text message or a letter. It is important that you stop dimming your light and truly let yourself be seen. If you have already found them, then you are being called to let them support you and perhaps also assemble a wider support team. So they could consist of all types of people: therapists, coaches, mentors, healers. So yeah, allow people to help you, Ria. That's what I would say. I don't know if that rings true.
It does. I think I don't know, it's fear or trust that I still gets in the way.
Yeah, I think that's because we're kind of conditioned to, you know, to have that stiff upper lip, and you know, the more you do it alone, you know, the more brownie points you get. Kind of, it's that kind of thing that we are programmed with that is really not helpful, especially now, I would say. So yeah. Well, if you found them, then you know, engage more. But if they're not here yet, then you know, there are so many tools that you can bring in that would help to bring them closer to you. And one of those is staying open to the possibilities. Not, you know, and if that little squeaky voice tries to shut down, you know, when you're in that space of peace, yeah, in meditation or however you get into that space, when that voice comes in and tries to shut that down, you know, it can be a challenge to bring yourself back to a place of peace and openness in that. But that's the kind of space, I would say, where those people, that message will then come in. I hope that helps.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Cool. Okay. Should we stop the recording, Andy? As it's
Yeah, we can do that. Hang on a second. Let me just bring it up.
Cool.
Have you got a few final words of wisdom that you want to impart to anybody that's listening on the recording?
Okay, so yeah, I do actually. This was an intention that I am setting for myself. So you can nick this if you like. So stay open and receptive to all your gifts and bridge the gap between your confidence and your magic to bring yourself home. So there you go.